What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to a FIFA 19 leaked ones to watch information video. Now first things first, if you guys could drop a thumbs up on the video, it would be very much appreciated. And secondly, EA actually released the ones to watch information. It will be coming out on the 28th of the 9th, so the day the game is fully released is the day that one to watch items will be in packs, which they never did in previous years. So that is a first for this one. There was Cristiano Ronaldo tweeted out something a few days ago on September the 13th, and it was let's go download the demo now, and it shows the kits of a whole bunch of players, and you can probably hear it in the background right now. And on those players, some of them were already confirmed one to watch items. For example, Goretzka, Ronaldo himself, and Lamar. However, I wasn't so sure that this was a ones to watch leak. A lot of people were saying this is like some leaked players, like is this confirmation, etc, etc. And I was kind of looking at the players and I was thinking to myself, man, like there's some really weird choices in there which we're going to get into. There's some obvious choices in there, but there's also some players that I feel like they've missed out that would be huge additions for ones to watch items. And the more I looked at it and the more I saw information on it and stuff, you know, you'll even find me tweeting someone like Unique Riggers, and I said to him, it just doesn't make sense for this to be the one to watch selection. But the more I looked at it, the more I looked at the transfers and who was available and stuff, the more it actually made sense that this will be the one to watch setup. And what's the biggest thing is that there is only 19 players shown on that set, and which means if they did a team of 23, there's 4 more spots. And in the spots that are missing, you could see players like Torreira, like Fabinho, like Alisson, like Malcolm, like the guy Dembele that went from Celtic to Lyon. You could see a few more of those guys go in there, because I thought those were a few big players that could have that should be one to watch cards. However, we start with Batshuayi. So Batshuayi was one of the first names that we saw on there. Of course, he has an 81 rated card right now. He definitely got a good card last year. His team of the season at the end of the year in FIFA 18 was one of the best cards that you could get, especially for how cheap he was. Of course, he was playing for Dortmund after moving from Chelsea. He has moved around a fair bit, but yeah, his card was amazing. And now we got Batshuayi as an 81 striker, and if EA follow the same upgrade path as they did last year, he'll probably go up to an 84 on a first in form, and this is something like what his first in form might look like. This obviously isn't the exact stats on the right hand side. This is just kind of my interpretation of what an inform could look like. And although this 84 Batshuayi wouldn't necessarily be great or amazing, good shooting, good dribbling, but not the greatest in terms of physical or pace, the more and more that he plays, the more likely he is. I mean, he'll score goals, definitely, in La Liga. He'll probably end up getting a whole bunch of informs, maybe a team of the season, maybe some more special cards. So that is the first card on the list. Next up, guys, was Bonucci. Of course, he's moved to Juventus. He got a team of the year last year and had a ones to watch item for AC Milan. However, he didn't actually get any upgrades other than his team of the year card. This one's an interesting one for me. This is one of the first ones that I looked at and thought, no, this can't be right, because EA notoriously did ones to watch items for under 30-year-olds or 30 and under. However, with the inclusion of Ronaldo as a guaranteed one to watch item this time around, there's no doubt in my mind that they could open up the door for older players to be able to get the one to watch cards. So Bonucci is definitely a potential. Obviously playing for Juventus now, already had a good start to the season, good start to the campaign. You know, first in form for him won't necessarily be amazing. His defending and physical will be insane. His passing and dribbling very good for a centre-back, but his pace is a little low. You know, his base pace last year was 68 and his team of the year pace was 80. If he does get 1 or 2 upgrades and gets up towards that 70, 72, 75 pace mark, then yeah, he'll be an absolute beast. But he's going to need a hell of a lot of upgrades for that, and will only get a +1 to start with because he's already so high rated at 86 to kick things off with. Next on the list was Courtois for Real Madrid. I mean, it's unlikely he'll get many informs, but a team of the season would be more likely for someone like Courtois. You know, the problem with goalkeepers is it takes wonderful things from them to get a team of the week, especially when they play for a big club. You know, when you play for a big club, someone like Courtois will have less opportunity to show who he is and what he can do than if he was playing for like a mid-range club or like a lower tier club, which is why you see a lot more of the goalkeepers that get into team of the week are from the smaller clubs that save penalties, have outstanding performances. Someone like Courtois, not necessarily going to be able to have that available to him, but his upgrade cards with the way chem styles work. I mean, if you put a basic on him, 97 diving, 98 reflexes, 99 handling, 84 kicking, 97 positioning, 1 inform is enough to turn this guy into a fully top tier end game goalkeeper. Not that he's not necessarily already. So I want to get through these as quick as possible as well, guys. The next one that came on the list was Fred for Manchester United. Now, Fred has got a very nice, well-rounded card to start things off with. So his first upgrade will be a +2. It'll be a really nice boost, especially if he gets it early on in the game. But should he get an 85, an 86, an 88, up towards a 90, you know, towards the mid to back end of the game, this could genuinely be one of the best players in the game this year. I don't know what his skill moves and weak foot are, so let me go and have a look off the top of my head. So Fred has got 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, and high work rates. So with that being said, a couple of informs for him. His one to watch card could be very, very, very fruitful if you can get it early on in the game and then have a lot of time to spend with a ones to watch Fred. But of course, Man United, they're not doing great this season. You know, Arsenal obviously started off with 2 losses, and now they're on the same points as Man United and Spurs at 9 points after 5 games. So maybe he's not going to get the opportunity to shine as much as we would hope, and then thus not an opportunity to grow with those one-to-watch cards. But it will be also interesting to see what EA do with the one-to-watch cards in terms of what causes them to get upgraded. Because this year, there is an insane amount of special card types, and I mean a genuinely insane amount. Let me go and get the screenshot here. So for example, there is bronze, silver, gold, rare bronze, silver, gold, team of the week, bronze, silver, gold, a hero card, a team of the year card, a record breaker card, a St. Patrick's Day card, a domestic man of the match card, Futty's nominee, pro player, team of the season, icons, Futty's winner, the Journey 3, Fut Champions, bronze, silver and gold, ones to watch, ultimate scream, Movember, SBCs, premium SBCs, goals of the month, award winner, Fut Birthday, Futmas, Fut Championship, I don't even know what that is, Player of the Month Premier League and Player of the Month Bundesliga, UEFA Europa League Premium SBC, UEFA Europa League Man of the Match, Europa League Path to Glory, Champions League Common Rare Man of the Match and Path to Glory, Flashback SBC, Fut Swap deals that have 11 of them. So I wonder if we're going to get Fut Swap once per month. That'd be amazing. Fut Swap deals rewards, Team of the Year nominee, Team of the Season nominee, UEFA Europa League Team of the Tournament, Champions League Premium SBC, Champions League Team of the Tournament, and UEFA Europa League. So there are a lot of cards in the game this year. So what will that mean in terms of how, like, is it again going to be only informs for the domestic season that's going to impact these cards? Who knows? I hope not, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. So then next up we have Goretzka, of course. He's already been confirmed. We know he's a guaranteed one to watch, which is why, again, this one to watch list kind of makes a little more sense. This is a great card. He's massive. He just works really well in the midfield. He's got great work rates. He's got skill moves and weak foot. He's got a really well-rounded card. And playing for Bayern, he's already scored for Bayern. He might, I don't know if he's going to necessarily get in Team of the Week 1, but Goretzka's definitely going to be a card that's going to be a true one to watch this year and a great one to get a hold of early on in the cycle. We then have Jorginho of Chelsea, another one that could be a real beast. Sadly, he starts all the way up at an 84, which means his first and second upgrades aren't going to be massive. But he's well-rounded. He's a good card with good dribbling and passing and well-rounded, pace defending and physical. 1, 2, maybe 3 upgrades on him, and he will be an absolute machine in the midfield. So Jorginho, another one of the leaked one-to-watch card. And then Kepa from Chelsea. So we looked at him in our overpowered top 10 earlier on today for our top 10 EPL overpowered players, and with a basic chem style, he looks amazing. If he does get a first upgrade, maybe a second upgrade, he'll look even better. Will again be an endgame goalkeeper, especially if he does have that saves with feet trait. Kepa coming in there for Chelsea, a nice addition to the one-to-watch set. And then a really fun one, in my opinion, would be Justin Kluivert. So obviously as a 75 base gold, he would actually go to an 80 inform as his first inform, which would be a massive upgrade compared to, as long as they follow the upgrade path that they used last year. So a first upgrade for Kluivert could see him go from good but kind of unusable to, okay, this is a really good card now. Good pace, good dribbling, workable shooting, really nice physicals. Maybe he doesn't get that much of a boost, but I can see him getting a huge boost. And the way he's been playing already, I kind of think he's going to get, you know, a couple of good upgrades, because once he goes from a 75 to an 80, his next upgrade will then be an 82 and then an 84. So after just 3 upgrades, he could become an absolute machine. Then next on the list was Lamar, which is another one of the guaranteed confirmed one-to-watch cards, of course, confirmed by EA themselves through a few of their press pieces. Lamar's playing quite well. He's playing a lot at cam, actually, for Atletico as well, which is quite nice, because if he does get a central card, I think it will be unreal. Really well-rounded pace, dribbling and passing on his base card. So on a first in form, you know, a big boost on, or a boost, should I say, on pace, dribbling and passing. Of course, his ones to watch will remain a left mid, but it will still be a really, really nice card to have in that, you know, either your French teams or your La Liga teams, because this is a really strong upgrade here for Lamar. Moving on, and we saw Lichtsteiner on those shirts that were on the little leak from Cristiano Ronaldo. I'll be very upset if Lichtsteiner is the one-to-watch card from Arsenal. And this was another one of those cards that kind of made me think, is this the right information? You know, Lichtsteiner well into his 30s now. Doesn't really get much game time for Arsenal. It's more about Bellerin, and I think he's more there as a backup and a motivator to help Bellerin. I would have much preferred to seen Torreira, you know, as Arsenal's one to watch, or even Leno as Arsenal's one to watch, because I think they'll get a lot more game time than Lichtsteiner. And this isn't going to be a card that's just sought after. Even though a first in form will boost him straight to an 84 and give him a really nice boost on defending and physical and dribbling and such, this is just not a card that people are going to use. So I'll be very disappointed if this is one of the one-to-watch cards. But because there are 4 spots left, there is still potential that we might get 2 Arsenal one-to-watch cards. We might get Torreira. We might get, like I say, from Liverpool, Fabinho or Alisson. We might get Malcolm from Barcelona. We might get Dembele from Lyon. You know, there's a lot of options for players that we can still get. And one of the biggest ones that was missing, actually, was Quincy Promes, that obviously moved into La Liga. I would love to see his one-to-watch card as well. Then, guys, we get Riyad Mahrez. Now, Mahrez's card is very nice. He is 1 or 2 upgrades away from being a super player with the 5-star, 4-star. I think it's 5-star, 4-star. Tell me it's 5-star, 4-star, and not 5-star, 3-star. Riyad Mahrez, 5-star, 4-star. I mean, already this is a good card, a well-rounded card for the Premier League, but 1 in form, and he is going to be an utter beast. 2 or 3 in forms, and who knows how good this card can be. So getting his one to watch early on would be phenomenal, especially when I'm going to do my pack only Road to Glory on the 2nd channel this year. If we could hit something like this, I would be super chuffed for the rest of the year. Not too many more to go now, guys. We've got Meyer up next. As a 79, he will get boosted to an 84. This is not a great card. I don't know if it will get many informs or what through the year, but this is just a tough card to use in FIFA. You know, low pace, low shooting, low defending, and low physical. He's got all right dribbling and passing. He's going to need genuinely like 4 or 5 informs before he becomes even remotely usable. So this would be one of those ones that's on the lower end of the price, price value, and probably be one of those that gets dumped into SBCs constantly throughout the year. But this is one that I definitely like the look of. Richarlison will go from a 77 probably to an 82, maybe to an 84. I'm not sure on a first in form. But again, he was actually in our top 10 overpowered players as well. So the fact that he's got a ones to watch card, I think will be amazing. And the way he's been playing for Everton and just the way he's been playing in general, I think he has a true chance to get a fair few informs throughout the course of the year. And because he's so low rated to kick things off with, he might be cheap to get, and then he might have great long-term value for you if you're able to pick up one of these one to watch cards. And then of course Ronaldo, guys. Now I made a mistake on the card here. I downed his shooting from 93 to 92. Funnily enough, Ronaldo has just scored a brace for Juventus in a 2-1 win. He is a shoo-in for Team of the Week 1. Now, Team of the Week 1 comes out on the 19th when the web app's released, and then one to watches get released on the 28th. So Ronaldo is likely to have a Team of the Week card in packs from the 19th to the 26th. He'll then have his gold card in packs from the 26th until the 28th, and then a one-to-watch card that will already be boosted from the 28th for however long it lasts, which is crazy and awesome. And the greatest thing about the Cristiano Ronaldo card is the fact that I think his inform might be a left wing, and of course his one-to-watch will always remain a striker this year. So if he does, well, he will get multiple informs for Juventus. You are likely to get a 99 striker one-to-watch Ronaldo at some stage during this season, which is amazing. Next up is another one of the over 30s that kind of made me think that this isn't necessarily the team, you know, the one-to-watch official leak. I don't think these are going to be the official cards. But the more and more I looked at it, you know, again, this is a smart choice from EA. You know, an Englishman who will score goals for DC United. He will get involved in the action for DC United. He's already played great. I know the MLS season finishes early, and that could be a problem with a one-to-watch card like Rooney. But that's why, if there is potential that it's not just informs from the domestic season that affects one-to-watches this year, it could be even better for Rooney. Alternatively, Rooney might go to DC United and then in the off-season come back to the Premier League or to European football in the off-season, much like a lot of other MLS players have done. For example, Thierry Henry, of course, when he was at New York Red Bulls, during one of the down off-seasons for him, he came back to Arsenal. He scored that amazing goal versus Leeds. Life was great. I love Thierry Henry. But this Rooney card will actually make a really good cam after a first inform or two. You know, he'll get a nice big 4 upgrade on inform number 1, which will give him really good shooting and passing and good dribbling and physical. I assume he will still have a 4-star weak foot and probably 3-star skill moves for Wayne Rooney. But the lack of pace isn't going to be much of a problem if you just played him at cam. He'll be a lot of fun to play with, and I think people would love him as a one-to-watch. We then get Rui Patricio of Wolves. Obviously, a lot of scrutiny around his transfer and the way he left the club he left to come to Wolves. I think there's still a lot of legal battles around that. But again, much like the other goalkeeper we've seen, well, Kepa anyway, not necessarily Courtois, Patricio as a one-to-watch item would be fantastic because his card is good enough now that a basic chem style takes him to 95 diving, 92 reflexes, 91 handling, 90 kicking, 89 possession. So a first inform will push him into those low to mid-90s on every stat, which would be insane. Then we get Andre Schurrle from Fulham. Now, Schurrle has been a guy that I've loved year on year on year on FIFA, and for some reason, he's just always been one of those fun, overpowered cards. As a 78 left mid, if he does get a first inform, it'll probably get boosted up to an 84, maybe an 82. I couldn't find conclusive evidence on 78 rate cards getting a first inform. Sometimes they were 80s, sometimes they were 82s, and sometimes they were 84s. But if he does get up to an 84, even if that isn't his first upgrade, it would look something like this, and it would be absolutely incredible. And the reason why I think that is because I don't know what his skill moves and weak foot are this year. He used to have 4-star, 4-star. He now has 4-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves. So this Schurrle card with 4-star weak foot would actually be a beast. You know, really well rounded. It might take him a few upgrades to get to this point, but I do think it will be an absolutely amazing card. 2 more to go on the list that we've got here, guys. The first one is Shaqiri for Liverpool. Doesn't necessarily seem to get much game time for Liverpool, but could still get a few informs and upgrades coming on as a sub. You know, obviously you've got Salah, Mane, Firmino, or, you know, on that Liverpool front line. Shaqiri's going to struggle to get in the first team often. You've also got players like Oxlade-Chamberlain in that Liverpool squad as well. But first inform for Shaqiri would be fantastic, of course. Another one that I believe has been upgraded to 5-star skill moves. Indeed, he has 5-star skill moves and 4-star weak foot. So the more upgrades he gets, the better. And he could be, again, you know, as an 81 rated one to watch. I'm not going to say he's going to be cheap because he plays for Liverpool and he's got 5-star, 4-star, which is great. But he'll be one of the cheaper ones, and getting him early and having a few upgrades on him might be absolutely fantastic. And then last but not least, we've got Vidal, who is another card that I think will be a beast late on in the year. Dortmund are having a good start to the season so far. This Vidal card, he's nice and tall. And he has got great, well-rounded stats. You know, with 1 inform, he'll be amazing. He's got 4-star skill moves as well. Only a 3-star weak foot, sadly, but 6 foot 2 inches tall with that 4-star skill moves. 1 or 2 informs on this guy. He'll be absolutely phenomenal. He'll be great fun to use, great fun to look at, and great fun to play with. And I just think I think Bundesliga, with the leak of Bundesliga Player of the Month coming to FUT this year from those card types that were leaked. Now, I don't know necessarily how official that is, but if we do get a Bundesliga Player of the Month, this Vidal card could really be useful in the midfield, along with like the Goretzka and stuff, to get Player of the Month for Bundesliga linked up. Could be amazing. But that, guys, was the leaked list of the one to watches. As I say, it's not an official leak list, right? EA haven't come out and said yes to these. There's no actual information on this. This literally comes from a video from Cristiano Ronaldo on his Twitter timeline, where it has all of these names on the backs of shirts. And there are already so many of these guys as one to watches. So many of these guys are brand new transfers. It can't be a coincidence that all of the shirts that were in that were the brand new transfers. It just can't be a coincidence. So there is something behind these being the one to watch cards. But we'll have to wait and see on the 28th for the full release of the game as to whether or not this is the truth. This, though, guys, is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.